Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're not getting tired. Before I start, I'd like to thank you for staying here by the end of the summit to hear our story. My name is Mergim Tsahani. I'm the founder and CEO of Giraffa. And I believe the story is relevant for this region, especially for Western Balkans. It's because to show for the rest of us, especially from venture capital perspective, as well as from the startup and entrepreneurship perspective, to share a little bit of our story. So I'll try to bullet point high level who we are, what we do, who are our investors, why do we claim that we are the fastest VC-backed tech company that's giving services in Balkans, fastest growing in Balkans, and what does those numbers mean? And then I'll provide my contact info for future cooperation. So we are an internet service provider that provide key core services for the internet economy or the digital economy for the Balkans. We are active in certain markets, more with certain products than in others, but that's the general concept. We have been often told that to build the core internet service for a region that has been neglected by global players, whether it will be Amazon or Google or Netflix or any of the big names that we know, it's a task that cannot be done. It cannot be done because you have to focus on certain product, on certain service for it to make sense. Otherwise, you become like a Swiss knife. It has a lot of things, none of them work right. Well, we think we disagree. And the reason we disagree is because we have a lot of models around the world when this works. We have Seznam in Czech Republic, one of the direct competitors of Google, and it does a pretty good job there. We have Yandex in Russia and other markets in Europe. And then we have Naver in South Korea. And then we have Yahoo Japan in Japan. And there are a lot of examples in South America and others. These are the companies that have a portfolio of different products working together, especially in areas where global players are neglecting the market. So by looking at these companies, one can see that actually it can be done, and it can be done very well. Granted, with a population that South Korea has, 50 plus, or Japan, 120 million plus, and looking at their revenue, expecting similar results for the Balkans, I think it will be misleading. But even if you proportion those population and their GDP overall, it's still a great opportunity that's being neglected. Now, I don't think we should directly blame the global players for ignoring our market. If you take the whole Western Balkan, you have a third or a fourth of population from that of other countries in West Europe, whether it's Germany or Poland or France or Italy. So it's not such a big market for the global players to be interested. Some of our products, I've separated them in 4 categories. The first one, which we are growing very, very fast, is e-commerce. We do traditional e-commerce, like, think Amazon. We also do direct retail e-commerce, Giraffa 50, think like Best Buy in the United States. The second category is online marketing and digital content products. We have the leading OTT video content platform, together with Giraffa Studios, which produces entertainment shows and comedy web series. And today, more than 1 million minutes are consumed daily on the second area, on the second category. The third are vertical search, Albanian language vertical search, classified, car search, bus schedule. We even did our own maps. We have done the maps and the street view, our own cars, our own cameras. We have done it for Albania and Kosovo. We are looking to do it also for Macedonia now. The fourth one is, so far we have built state-of-the-art technology. It's not that we are just doing certain tech and products to solve a regional problem. Our Giraffa video and online marketing tool, Giraffa Ad Network, think in the mix of Netflix, YouTube, and Google AdSense, are currently being licensed in a few countries in West Europe. So our platform runs some of the most intensive traffic video streaming sites in West European countries. Let's see some of the growth in numbers. On the left side, let's focus on this one first. This is the growth of revenue, 314% compound annual growth rate. So, I mean, it sounds good for the last 4 years. What does that mean? I have two examples to put that in perspective. The first one is, this graph is from TechCrunch, and it's called, How Fast Should You Be Growing? So, what TechCrunch did, looked at all VC-backed companies in the United States that did IPO. It looked at its revenue range, and it measured top 25th percentile, median, and bottom, or the 75th percentile of companies. Typically, companies at this stage where we are would grow, the top companies would grow 160% CAGR, compound annual growth rate. Ours is at 314%. The second example, to put this in perspective, is if you were to take the GDP of Western Balkan countries, sum them up, and then look at the United States GDP, and then prorate them, normalize those values, leave it on the side, then look at how Google grew from 2001 to 2004. That's the days when Google really took off. Our revenue growth rate is as good as, if not better than Google had at that time. So on the other chart that I have on your right side, those are our visits, year-to-year growth, and the numbers here, I have no laser, are in millions. So what's interesting here is that the first 3 years, it took us almost 3 years to generate 10 million visits, and now we do that in less than a month. What we did the whole last year, 2018, or 2017, the whole year, we did it on the first quarter of 2019. And even if you put it in a regression formula and descriptive statistics, you see the R-squared confidence interval is 99%. So we expect the same growth rate to continue. We serve in over 107 countries globally. So how did this happen? We think it took 4 elements for this to occur. One is the team. I think the idea is not good enough just to have a good idea. I think you need to have a team of very hungry and passionate entrepreneurs. Half of our staff is a shareholder in the company, in addition to the investors. And of course, part of the team are the investors, which I have dedicated a separate slide. We'll look at it in a moment. The second piece is embracement. In the embracement piece, I think it's also important because the region as a whole, I think, being neglected from global connection, especially in innovation, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts not being able to order anything you want from Amazon or not being able to see your favorite show on Netflix. So people typically embrace our products. I'll give you an example. So last week we raised Series B of $6.7 million. And that article went so viral. So far, our estimation is it has reached 20, 30, or 40 million people. That if you calculate that with marketing budget, some of you might be aware of it, it's almost close to $1 million. Just that kind of marketing to reach. And that's what people have done organically without paying a penny. The region market, I think this is the most relevant for us here tonight. I think I used to make a statement, now I'm convinced the only place left in Europe where you can grow exponentially in innovation across different economies is the Balkans. Every other economy, it's already advanced. There are rooms for innovations, obviously, there always will be, but not as much as obvious as there are in Western Balkans. So even for foreign investors, I think it's a golden opportunity to look at. And if I didn't accept that it was part of luck as well, I think we will be kidding ourselves. So it was also luck in making all this story happen. These are some of our investors. Excuse me. We are a US company with European and US investors. Our main investor is Rockaway Capital. It's a leading CEE and European investor. Has a very large portfolio. 5,000 plus people in his portfolio companies. Credo Ventures management team has participated. Individuals that have been with us since day one. People like Evan, who is a former managing director of JP Morgan. People like Esther, one of the most influential women in the world in technology by the Time magazine. Philip, former executive at T-Mobile, A.T. Kearney, managing partner, Ronald Berger, and Andre Bartosz, managing partner, top 30 under 30, Wall Street trader, Bleron. So we have a lot of good people in the team. And this is just a list of them, but there are about 15 people, investors, all foreign in the company. This is our current operational team. If we take into consideration actors and directors, it's more than double. And they send their love from the office. And the average age here, it's about 25, 26. They are being products developed by the young generation that are being used in highly developed economies as a license. Not export, not outsourced, not buying the product, a license. And this makes us very proud that we are able to actually produce globally competing products. With this, I would finish. I think I'm 2 minutes. And if there is a question in 2 minutes, I'll be happy to take any. Otherwise, we give room for others. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay. Dobar dan svima, ja sam Boris Ristović iz podgoričke kompanije Amplitudo. Radi se o relativno mladoj kompaniji koja je prije 7 godina počela i prvenstveno orijentisana na implementaciju tuđih softverskih rješenja, da bi u narednim godinama pokrenula sopstvene softverske proizvode, mobilne aplikacije, digitalni marketing. I u proteklih par godina počeli smo sa investiranjem u naše interne inovativne projekte. Predstavit ću vam 3 osnovna, da bih na drugi dio prezentacije posvetio 4. i ključnom projektu naše organizacije. Prvi je koncept pametnih plaža, koji je trenutno na nivou prototipa, koji će omogućiti integraciju 2 IoT uređaja, pametnih suncobrana i pametnih bova, koji preko senzora prikupljaju informacije o kvalitetu vode, vazduha na plažama na kojima su integrisani i onda preko cloud servera na aplikaciju koja već funkcioniše i već oko 20 plaža u Crnoj Gori je koriste, omogućava vam odabir plaže, zakup ležaljki, suncobrana i elektronsko plaćanje, nakon čega dobijate kod, kad dođete na plažu, pokažete kod, čeka vas vaš komplet. Naravno, prije odabira same plaže, senzori na ove 2 IoT uređaja emituju tako da prije odabira imate informacije u vidu o kvalitetu vode i vazduha. E-tender je naš proizvod koji je trenutno funkcioniše u Crnoj Gori, Srbiji i Bosni i Hercegovini. Mi omogućava lak pristup svim javnim nabavkama u ovim zemljama, tako da svaka firma koju zanimaju, ovdje se kreće, hvala. Tako da svaka firma koja ima namjeru da aplicira na tendere, koje raspisuju nacionalne organizacije ove 3 zemlje, ima mogućnost preko mobilne aplikacije i web interfejsa da prima sve neophodne informacije, prati trendove, tačno predefinisane vrste nabavki prije nego da odabira. Indigo software, koji je također razvijen, kreće njegova komercijalizacija ubrzo, je mobilna aplikacija usmjerena na upravljačke kadrove u firmama i koja se u suštini integriše na računovodstvene softvere i onda strukturira ih kroz vizualno prikladna rješenja, omogućavajući ljudima iz upravnih organa instantni pristup svim najbitnijim informacijama o financijskom stanju preduzeća kako bi donosili neophodno brze poslovne odluke. Tokom vremena i razvijanjem ovih proizvoda mi smo razvijali kapacitete našeg programerskog tima, tako da već nekih pola godine imamo otprilike malu internu fabriku kadrova koju vode naši partneri od Novog Zelanda do Europske unije i time razvijamo i sad već imamo otprilike oko nekih 50 spoljnih saradnika, programera i testera i koji su neki zametak našeg outsourcing shopa koji počinje otprilike negdje tokom godine da radi. A sad bih vam predstavio naš vodeći projekat. Radi se o projektu Moje drvo. To je zelena inovativna platforma koja je već implementirana u Podgorici i tokom ove godine već smo u pregovorima sa nekoliko prijestolnica u regionu i u zemljama Europske unije. Dakle, radi se o mobilnoj aplikaciji koja ima nekoliko ključnih funkcionalnosti usmjerene na unapređivanje gradskog zelenila. Omogućava korisniku da odabirom sadnica donira i gradu i sadnji na tačno određenim lokacijama koje grad odredi i organizaciju volonterskih akcija. Ono što je prednost ove aplikacije zasnovana je na direktnoj saradnji između gradskih organa, privatnih firmi i građana. U prvoj fazi tokom integracije mi pregovaramo sa gradom, oni odaberu lokacije kojima je neophodno ozelenjavanje ili postojećih zona ili njihova revitalizacija, odrede se vrste sadnica i onda se omogućava građanima da putem aplikacije tačno odaberu gradske lokacije gdje žele da zasade drvo i kupe ga. Nakon toga, u tačno definisanim rokovima, gradska zelenila ili institucije koje sami grad odredi, te drve zasade i vi dobijate notifikacije da na digitalnim mapama grada gdje se tačno nalazi vaše drvo, koliko kiseonika proizvodi i kao kompenzuje vaš karbonski otisak. Također, u narednoj fazi jedna od ključnih funkcionalnosti same aplikacije je implementacija novih IT tehnologija o kojima ćete vidjeti kasnije u videu, o kojim će završiti u prezentaciji kako funkcionišu, radi se augmented reality i machine learning, gdje povećavamo, dakle, imamo taj obrazovni aspekt cijele aplikacije, omogućavajući ljudima da znaju više o drveću i njegovom uticaju na urbanu sredinu. Ovo su otprilike, sad taj dio bi preskočio, kako sam razumio, sam malo ograničeni s vremenom. Ovo su neki praktični koraci koji, dakle, prethode integraciji platforme na nivou grada. I ovo je, dakle, taj klasični proces sadnje o kojem sam pričao. Dakle, vidite, počinje sa korisnikom koji na digitalnoj mapi koja je integrisana u aplikaciji odabere sadnicu, tačno rok koji je definisan tokom kojeg se sadnica, dakle, i zasadi od strane zelenila, sadnje i imate novo drvo koje funkcionira. Ovo su neke od slike s akcija koje su već funkcionisale u Podgorici, grad je bio uključen, uticaj koji medijima. Aplikacija je već predstavljena na web summitu prvo, dakle, to je novembru prošle godine. Ovo je naš projektni tim. A sad bi trebalo da... Video, samo sekund. Možete ga pokrenete odatle? Evo, sad će, okej. Samo još malo minuta. To je bilo to. Hvala onog.
So I'll just say a little bit about myself first. So I'm just a regular tech guy with a physics background, and I co-founded Seven Bridges with a very good friend of mine, Dennis Corral, in late 2009. And Belgrade office was founded in early 2010. Basically, Belgrade was a foundational office of Seven Bridges, and currently the largest office of Seven Bridges. And I have a lot of general experience with distributed computing, large-scale infrastructures and security. So this is less important about than the topic of today's presentation is what is Seven Bridges. So what we actually do, we are actually managing and helping scientists make sense of the vast and large biomedical data, primarily focusing on human genomics, cancer research, and generally bringing the precision medicine to reality. So why is this important? So generally, if we just look from the perspective of where the medicine is right now and how biomedical research and how biomedical resources we have now look alike, we're still kind of at the beginning. And we are just seeing the digitalization of biomedical data. We are not using this word actually, but it's generally just an okay word that we could use for that. And our mission is generally to be a part of precision medicine movement to help deliver better drugs to patients and help the cure of various types of cancers. This is our mission from the day one, and it's a generally very, very hard problem. Precision medicine is all about designing the medical treatments that are most likely to help the patients. And if you look at the general how, for instance, cancer treatments look nowadays, if you look at the chemotherapies and various other treatments like radiation, they are not particularly exact. It's like using the hammer and everything looks like a nail. It's not efficient. It often kills people and it doesn't hit the actual problem. And also, if you look at how our body looks and how our genomic footprint looks like, what actually can help one person could kill another person and vice versa. We are very same but also very different in medical sense. And it's just to understand the human genotype and how human genomics is being expressed, it's a very, very, very hard problem. There are, I would say, thousands of the labs working on particular problems related to human genomics, medical treatments, and how actually our genes are being expressed in various conditions. And cancer research and drug discovery is our general topic. It's incredibly hard problem. There are over more than 100 types of cancer, and some classifications say basically there are over 800, depends how you look at it, but they're expressed very, very differently, and it's in general, we learned a lot over the last 10 years, but we don't know much yet. And in general, just to learn a little bit about that, you have to process a lot of data. Just to give a scale, Seven Bridges is managing between 50 to 100 petabytes of data. I think even more than 100 petabytes if we calculate our partner data. And just to understand the genomics and understand the expression of one person, you have to look into many, many, many individuals. And this is also very, very hard problem in the sense that we have a huge promise of data mining, AI, learning on top of the biomedical data, but it's hard because it's very hard to prove that certain compound or certain methodology will kill or heal a particular person. And we are in the process of generally digitizing biomedical research. If you look at this, these are free terms. But in vivo basically means that you are doing the experiment on actual person. In vitro means that you're doing the experiment in a regular lab conditions. And in silico means that you're doing the biomedical simulation. The more you can shift the research over in silico, it's better for the patient. And in general means that you'll either spend less money in a lab research or kill less people in the actual research that you, at the end of the day, have to do. The more mistakes you can do in silico or on machine, the more likely is that you're actually going to save actual person. But again, it's a super, super hard problem, and you have to sequence a lot of data. If this was like 5 years ago, I would probably show you the graph, how genomics data explode and how it's going to look like. It's already on the level of the data we are seeing in physics experiments or astrophysical data, but it's currently, I would even say, surpassing it. And this is the graph I'm not showing because somebody would lift a curse on me because this is the graph everybody shows everywhere. And the future of what we are doing is it bright? Probably. So we already have certain methodologies that were enabled by analyzing the vast amounts of data. We were part of many of those researches, but we are still a small part of it. It's a huge, huge, enormous problem. And we, for instance, have a methodology called liquid biopsy, which enables us to detect the cancer very, very early on by just basically looking into a blood, rather than doing the very, very dangerous biopsies in certain cases. We also are seeing the targeted cancer therapies and immuno-oncology methodologies and therapies that are currently either already being delivered to the clinics or being in the process of clinical trials. Last year, there were, I think, around 100 clinical trials for specific immuno-oncology therapies. Of course, there is the term CRISPR and Cas9, which basically refers to us nowadays being able even to alter the genomics information. For instance, alter the specific T cells that we can program to attack cancer cells. And it's very early, so we just have a couple of drugs that are actually being delivered to the market, but it's a huge, huge promise. We are probably going to be able to tackle certain cancers, or even detect them very early on, just a couple of years from now. And this is something that's actually very, very encouraging, because the cancer research and cancer therapies haven't really advanced in the last 30 to 40 years. It's just happened in the last 10 years. Due to digitalization of information, being able to actually look into much better data and being able to harmonize this data, that we are actually seeing the progress in this particular field. And what are the challenges? Again, it's a very hard problem because we're still learning. And some problems are actually computationally incredibly hard. Just if you try to simulate cell or even just a small compound or molecule, it's computationally unsolvable problem currently. You can work with approximations. We are working with the dirty data. And generally, it's very hard to automate. For instance, there are many startups that are trying to do AI and machine learning methods on actual genomics data or genomics problems, or trying to automatically deliver drugs. But even if you succeed, you have to explain the method, which is currently not possible. This is a case of many debates. And there is a huge advancement in the data analysis, and I've been able to see just during these 10 years how much the methodology changed, how we treat data changed, and how much actually we got closer to what we then, as my co-founder and myself, were actually talking at the very beginning when we were starting Seven Bridges, that we actually wanted to get to the patient, which is basically happening nowadays. We've been part of a couple of clinical trials, and this world of clinical trials is actually expanding, and we're just a small part of it. But it's incredible what happened with all the technology and all the data we actually have been able to gather in the last 10 years. And just for conclusion, there had been, as I said, incredible acceleration, and genomics generally became much cheaper. Just 10 years when we were starting, the sequencing of our human genome, which was atomic unit of what we were processing at many times, costed around $100K per one sequencing run. Nowadays, it costs around $100 per sequencing run. I've been able to see some of the labs that have hundreds of sequencers, and there are many national programs where we are seeing much more of human data actually being sequenced, much better medical records, much more precise metadata around that, which I honestly believe will accelerate the whole medicine in the next 10 years. And I also believe that the whole concept of digitalization of the data and being able to make data digital and experiment with a computer rather than machine is something that actually is very exciting and very promising, and I think ultimately will deliver better drugs. Seven Bridges was just a small part of all that, because we are working with a vast number of national programs, public programs, pharma companies, biotech companies of all kinds, and we are all trying together to actually tackle many problems of this kind. Because if you look just at the drivers of the cancer and the number of cancer patients in the last 20 years, cancer is the second most lethal disease that humanity currently knows. So I'm, again, very excited that we've been able to be a part of that. And this is pretty much all for me. Thank you.
Moje ime je Miloš Trkulja. Ja sam, pored ovoga, kako sam predstavljen, i savjetnik za strateški razvoj kompanije Lanako iz Banja Luke. Najveće privatne IT kompanije u Bosni i Hercegovini, isto tako najveći sistem integrator. U pitanju je porodična kompanija osnovana 1990. godine u Banja Luci. Danas brojimo 300 zaposlenih u 10 sektora i imamo 1500 sertifikata, partnerstvo sa skoro svim vodećim vendorskim kućama u svetu, da ne kažem oni koji danas trasiraju put digitalne transformacije na globalnom nivou. Ovo neka stoji iza mene, pa ko hoće nek pročita u interesu vremena. Ja ću ispričati jednu kratku priču, pošto mislim da to jeste tema ovog bloka, završnog bloka očigledno ove konferencije, o tome u kom pravcu Lanako kao jedna velika IT kompanija ide, kako je došlo dotle i koliko treba da uložete i koliko vere treba da imate u nešto se zove inovacija, da biste na kraju sticajem okolnosti mogli da imate malo bolji položaj na tržištu i u pravom trenutku uhvatite neki talac koji se zove digitalna transformacija. Lanako je prvo bio tehnološki inovator. 1997. postali smo prvi internet servis provider u Bosni i Hercegovini. Nakon toga smo iz onog vremena hardvera i kutija, kako mi zovemo, krenuli u neki lepši svet razvoja softvera 2001. godine, gde smo opet bili jedni od prvih lasta tog proleća koje dugo traje, da bismo u tom procesu zapravo izgradili jedan respektabilnu količinu i u materijalnom obliku samog softvera, a još više u onom kapitalnom novcu, jedan ozbiljan portfolio rešenja ERP klase, koje su nas onako dovodile u vrlo lepu poziciju, ali ne dovoljno sigurni sa aspekta vremena koje je pred nama, jer su u pitanju bila on-premise rešenja. Razmišljajući o digitalnoj globalizaciji koja je danas verovatno snaga koja pokreće globalnu privredu, a bazirana je na tri stuba, od kojih je prvi stub digitalni disruption, koji sad počinje već da dobija dimenzije inferna, do drugog stuba koji je digitalna transformacija i treći stub su aktuelni biznis koncepti koji zapravo povezuju taj digitalni svet, prepoznati u konceptu industrija 4.0, marketing 4.0, mediji 3.0, sport 2.0 i svi ti brojevi iz određenih industrijskih kategorija, povezani hiperkonekcijom koju je tehnologija dala danas, dovodi vas u poziciju da ono što imate možda sutra neće biti tržišno validno. U tom kontekstu Lanako 2016. godine ulazi u planiranje potpuno novog data centra, što se kaže, iz zemlje i danas mi imamo data centar Tier 4, verovatno jedan od retkih u ovom regionu, što nam daje mogućnost da već 2017. godine počnemo da razmišljamo o jednoj biznis platformi koja zapravo je strateški odgovor Lanaka na nešto što vidimo da danas rade svi veliki vendori, a to je jedan platformski odgovor na izazove koji su pred nama. Taj platformski odgovor je zapravo odgovor i Microsofta i IBM-a i svih velikih igrača, te smo tu videli da možemo iskoristiti ono što imamo, a to je pod jedan tehnološku ekspertizu koja je velika, pod dva domensko znanje koje je respektabilno i pod tri listu klijenata koji mogu biti dobra referentna baza. U tom kontekstu smo išli i razvijali smo rešenja koje ćemo distribuirati, koje sad distribuiramo u SaaS modelu distribucije i to radimo iz našeg Lanako data centra o kome sam već pričao i ovo je u ovom trenutku naša platforma koja se stalno razvija. U ovom trenutku u ponudi imamo Eko One proizvod u dva paketa, jedan paket je standard namenjen, sva rešenja su ERP klase rešenja. Znači, zahvataju najveći deo biznisa svakog od ovih vertikala. Znači, Eko One standard je namenjen kompanijama koje nisu u sistemu PDV-a i imaju outsourcovan finansijski department ili sektor. Eko One Enterprise je ERP rešenje namenjeno kompanijama od srednjih preduzeća do ozbiljnih kompanija, skalabilan i vrlo. Obrazovanje, trenutno imamo najbolje rešenje u obrazovanju u ovom regionu, ne kažemo mi, nego kaže Microsoft koji to s nama prodaje na globalnom nivou. Hotelijerstvo, ugostiteljstvo, imamo rešenje Soho koji pokriva hotelsku industriju, uključujući i hostele i motele, bed and breakfast opcije. Station 24 je naš odgovor na izazove u ugostiteljstvu, od restoranskog preko fast fooda do STR-a, pošto tako vode ove fast food objekti. I Carol je zapravo jedan deo koji nam je medicinski softver, a zapravo deo koji nedostaje u jednom puzzlu da možemo da ponudimo jedno integrisano rešenje za banje, što je veliki opportunity u ovom trenutku i u budućnosti, a zapravo to nam obezbeđuje ovo Up Fusion, dole rešenje, ne znam da li vidite od ovih stolica, ali to je zapravo kao naš servis bus ili bistro koji pravi integraciju svih ovih rešenja, što obezbeđuje, mislim, imamo različite korisnike, sad ne bih govorio imenima, čovek ima firmu koja ima restoran, a u isto vreme ima i ambulantu i on će dobiti izveštaje koji su apsolutno integrisani, što je vrlo teško da može dobije u nekoj drugoj opciji, na neko drugo mesto. Takođe, ono što je vrlo bitno, nama ovakav pristup obezbeđuje da budemo poželjni partneri svima onima koji danas ili sutra žele da grade određenu budućnost na tržištu kroz big data, jer ovde može to da se smesti, i sve ono što dolazi u drugim, se kaže ono, sa novim megatrendovima digitalne transformacije, znači IoT, blockchain, big data, artificial intelligence. U ovom trenutku mi radimo s našim partnerima dodavanje IoT layera i dodavanje blockchain layera koji je ovako, što se kaže, vrlo popularan, ali u ovom trenutku možda ne do kraja definisan kvalitet koji se dobija. Ovo su biznis servisi o kojima sam pričao. I ovo su servisi koji su servis proizvodnja, manufacturing je puštena pre par nedelja kao i accounting, još uvek završavamo retail i transportation. Želja nam je da u budućnosti postanemo dom aplikativnog softvera u poslovnom smislu, da rešenje koje imamo ponudimo velikoj, najširoj publici i uspeli smo da prevaziđemo najveći izazov prelaska iz on-premisa, da kažem, na neko veliko tržište, gde radite za nepoznatog kupca, a to je što smo krenuli s jednim incubation programom, koji zapravo testiranje naših rešenja koje završimo za pojedine vertikale rade lideri u toj konkretnoj industrijskoj vertikali, čime oni postaju naši partneri i promoteri, a s druge strane i testeri, čekeri onoga što smo radili. Iz ovog programa imali smo velika saznanja i dobro smo beneficirali. Ovo su kompanije sa kojima mi danas radimo i na kraju, u interesu vremena, reći ću samo, vidim da sam dobro pogodio, jer je smeh vrlo korektan, da kažem dve stvari. Prvo, zahvalio bih se ekipi koja je ovo realizovala, Nenadu, Mihajlu, ekipi svaka čast. Ovo je bilo stvarno respect full. Na kraju kraja postavili ste standard, pa može bude samo bolje, nadam se, sledeći put. I okrenuo bi se na jednu onako emotivnu stvar koju osjećam dok sam ovde. Nalazimo se u prostoru koji je fakat vezan za Zapadni Balkan ili bar za njegovu istoriju, pa mi je onako interesantno da neka digitalni početak kreće baš odavde. Može bude super, jer ovde u nekom prethodnom vremenu nije bilo tako loše. Tako da, eto, zahvaljujem se, hvala još jedno, veliki trud, ali sve se vidi šta ste radili. Veliki pozdrav, hvala vam.
Okay. Digital transformation, the buzzword that we are hearing all this summit and not only here, is the latest buzzword after the cloud one. What does it mean? It means that information technology is changing the way businesses, citizens, and public administration interact with each other. It's also extending this interaction beyond the borders of one country. So now interactions can go beyond countries, across borders, etc. Also, the processes are changing. All the processes that were usually paper-based, we are witnessing that they're changing and becoming more and more digital one. But changing has to be regulated, has to be with the same level of trust as in a paper one. So eIDAS regulation is defining the trust services for digital signing, timestamping, digital sealing, verification, electronic delivery, etc. We need to have a solution that will allow companies and organizations to be able to transform the paper-based processes into digital one with the same level of trust. So, Nexon Signing Suite is a carefully developed composition of products and components that is allowing organization to implement signing, sealing, timestamping, verification of documents, and electronic identification of users to be performed with a higher security standard and according to eIDAS regulation. Our suite of components and services allows digital signing through all channels. It doesn't matter whether a user is on the move, sitting on his desktop in his office, using his mobile phone, etc. We are providing all channels of communication through web browsers, mobile phones, and even server signing that is allowing unattended signing process from any application in the current system. So basically, if one company have some portal application who is using, I would say, legacy kind of signing, or does not implement signing process at all, our components from the signing suite is allowing easy replacement of legacy signing processes that are not compliant with the latest eIDAS regulation, or implement new signing processes in those applications with very easy and few steps. So we are providing APIs for easy implementation and easy integration of our signing solution in the current systems. Those components are our web browser signing extension that allow implementation of signing processing in any current portal application that organization may have. Then signing server for interaction, server-to-server signing, and single sign-on system that allows providing single authentication provider for all portal application. The other set of products that we have in our signing suite are those that are already prepared for signing processes. They have to be only implemented, they have to have few customization or fine-tuning in order to be able to perform some signing orchestration. This perfect example for this suite, for this part of products is our signing portal, which can be implemented in any organization to replace paper-based signing orchestration with digital one. The next group of products, as you can see, some of the products are repeating in multiple roles because they can be implemented in several roles. And the last set of products is products that are aimed for implementation into service provider kind of companies, like telcos, for example, when they want to implement solutions and then sell the signing service to their clients. Those products are already enabled for implementation in high-performance environment, fault tolerance, and as well for easy integration with the current system for billing, for CRM, etc. For perfect example for this kind of solutions, for example, timestamp service aimed for companies who want to become timestamp provider for selling timestamp services to their clients, as well as remote signing solution, enabling end users to sign documents with their mobile phones, something that is not very easy to perform, because with our remote signing solution, those certificates are stored on the cloud infrastructure at a service provider. I will use a few more moments to just describe 3 of those products in a little bit more detail, because we don't have time for all of them. First of all is our web browser signing extension, which is, I would say, our flagship product. We started developing our web signing extension when there was an announcement that all major browsers are going to stop support of the Java as a platform. So we have also our legacy signing solution that we're using Java, and all the problems that were introduced by stopping the support also fell on our back. So basically, we developed the native extension for signing PDF and XML documents from the web browser with the user certificate stored on a local computer, whether it is on a smart card or USB token, without need to have any Java installed on that machine. What are the benefits of using this solution? It's very easy to be integrated in any application that is currently using some legacy kind of digital signing with a Java, or it's not using digital signing at all. We are providing sample code that can be integrated in any current application within an hour. Our experience is basically that all information systems that implement our web browser extension signing have implemented in no more than 1 day of work for a, I would say, mid-level programmer. The other benefit for the end user is that this signing extension is published and can be downloaded from the browser store. What does that mean? It means that we have submitted our extension for check for all major browser vendors. That means Microsoft, Google, and Mozilla and Opera. They checked our extension thoroughly, do some reverse engineering, and after they were certain that the extension is with a good quality and is performing the task that is aimed to perform, they allow the extension to be published in those stores. That means this is additional level of trust that end users can have for this extension, because it was checked by all major vendors. And this is one of the, I would say, maybe the only extension that it's allowed on the stores on all major browsers. End users only have to go to the store of the browser they're using. With one simple click, they're downloading and installing this extension. It doesn't require any administrative privileges to be installed on a local computer. So any person can do it without any additional configuration, etc. The other important thing is that we are taking care of all compatibility of the extension with all next version of the browsers. So the company that implements this extension has no worry about taking steps in order to be able to follow the development of the new browsers, development of the new standards for digital signing. All update of the extension is performed automatically, so end user doesn't have to perform anything at all. And also, all signings are performed with the ADA standard, XADES, PADES, and etc. So there are cases when signing has to be performed not only by end user, but we need to basically mirror the paper-based process of signing, for example, some contract into digital world. So we need some solution that can perform complex signing orchestration to be able to finish the process of signing, for example, some contract. So our signing portal allows for company to migrate their paper-based process of digitally signing contracts that involves maybe several participants in the signing process, few inside the company, few outside the company, and this process to be orchestrated in predefined order. So company can practically define this process, implement in the signing portal, and then every process that has to be signed afterwards is going with this process. Documents can be prepared in the current document management system, automatically import into the signing portal. Then some signing portal will ask each of the participants to sign the documents in specified order, and after the signing process is completed, those documents can be sent to another system for further processing or for archiving. Up until now, we were talking about signing of the documents by end users. eIDAS regulation is introducing the new concept of digital signing called organizational seals. Organizational seals are digital certificates that are issued to the company, to the legal entity, not to a person. They allow companies to generate documents and to add this additional proof that this document originates from that company. And also to allow company to introduce the proof that the document was not changed, integrity of some documents. So we introduce the signing server as automated server-based system that allow integration with any other system in any company for interaction and for digital signing processes. It is aimed for signing multiple documents. It can sign hundreds of millions of documents in very short period of time. It's a scalable architecture that can be distributed on many servers, or it can be implemented in a single server scenario if company doesn't need a large volume of signing. Integration is non-intrusive. That means that other systems that are generating documents, for example, systems that generate invoices, can deliver those invoices in the folder that our signing server is going to watch. Those invoices will be signed by our sign server through the parameters that are defined by administrator and then delivered in the outbox folder for further processing. Other kind of integration that can be performed is by web services. So our signing server is listening on the web services, and any document that is sent to this web service will be automatically signed and delivered back to the other system. For high-performance implementation, we are integrating our sign server with leading HSM modules, hardware security modules, that are storing, safekeeping the organizational certificates and organizational keys, and as well providing high level of performance for signing processes. What is the great flexibility that our signing server provides? It provides channel for each signing operation. So there can be defined channels for signing of, for example, XML documents, another channel for signing of PDF documents. The third channel will sign PDF documents and apply timestamp on them. The fourth channel can be used for development purposes. This kind of flexibility offers a system for the organization that can, okay, the last slide. It's the last slide. Okay. This flexibility allows organizations to define different signing channel for each of their current application. The great benefit of this is that all organization doesn't need to implement signing technology in each of their system, like document management system, business process management system, HR portal, etc. they can easily outsource the signing process through our signing server just by creating specific signing channels for each of those applications. All the signing channels will be defined by the requirements that each of the integrated system have. And on these slides, you can also see the flexibility of the signing server to be expanded in the distributed architecture that allows signing of millions of documents in very short period of time. So basically, our solutions are allowing companies practically to outsource digital signing technology into our systems, and based on that, to speed up the process of digital transformation. All documents that are going to be produced by those internal systems that currently doesn't have any signing capability can, within a weeks, be able to digitally sign documents just by integrating some of our solution. So basically, that will be it. Thank you for your time for the last presentation at this summit.